Yeah. What it do? They can't hear me? Oh. Why? That's weird. I hope they're enjoying the one half of this conversation then for me. Alright, who we canceling on stream today though? Yeah, I should. I mean, I make these jokes enough, man. Like to you, I was like, because now all the ones that I make like to you in private, they can actually be like misconstrued if they just hear my half of it on the stream. You know, the ones I've been making for like a year. I be flexing, I be finessing, caressing. Bet.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Skullgirls Get Gr8. This is the audio test. We will be starting soon. Please let me know if any of the commentators this week are a little too loud or a little too quiet. We want all of us to be about equally as loud, and the game should be just barely audible. If there are any recommendations that you would like to provide, please feel free to do so. We want the stream to be just perfect for you.
Ooh, I've got a recommendation. Turn off the stream.
Absolutely not. I feel like
alright.
This is probably
man
the one
doesn't
stream
care
that
about
we
his
need
audience
right now of all time.
Man doesn't care about his audience. I see how it is.
That's exactly how it is. The fucking audio test. It's not the on-off test.
I think it needs to be the on-off test though, because like, what about in case of emergency we need to kill the circuit breaker? What if the stream causes a fire, Crank?
That's fine. Hey there, Wild J, Graham Sandwich, good to see you here. Who else we got in chat? We got Big Massive Huge, thank you for the tip. He straight up just gave me the Lightning Saber Flash quote where it's like, I would have won if I hadn't lost. I need to add that to the advice reel. That was a good one.
Hell yeah, you know, dude, you just need everything that Crank has ever said to be just like floating above that shit. We need the lightning advice. Yeah, sorry, yeah, lightning. Everything lightning has ever said, we just need like above there. Just like in the upper third. That, or you can just do the McKenna thing and put in the fucking Streets 112.
Streets 112 is so good. Hey there, Pantyhose. Those guys.
Time.
What's up?
That's an MRRL time. I skipped 113. I've never seen a 113, and I never fucking will.
You know, it sounds so like natural the way he did it. Like he like never. It doesn't sound like he scripted it at all. He just like popped off and just kept on going. It was so good.
Yeah, he did.
Iconic dialogue. Yeah.
Yeah, he literally like, I think he gets it and then he like plays back the video and just like is popping off over it.
And I guess if you get a 112 on Streets, I mean, I guess you kind of have to. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, I wonder what the actual world record for Streets Agent is now.
Not quite sure.
The Elite? The Elite's the thing, right? For the GoldenEye speedrunning?
You have to look it up. Pantyhose, in case you were wondering, I am the Crank Machine. I am gonna be the main commentator for this thing, and we of course have Kenji, who is gonna be the big brains of this stream.
Big brains.
All according to plan.
Big Chungus.
Damn, that's an old one. Alright, what else we got? We got
Streets
Jatsu in here, we got C-Lab in here.
By the way, it's 111.
It's 111 now?
Yeah, it's a 12-way tie.
Wow.
I wonder how long it's been 111 for, because like some of these like GoldenEye speedrun like world records last for forever.
Well, the hypothetical optimal route was 110. That's what people thought would be optimal. But that was completely hypothetical. No one has ever seen like everything go just right. Like they needed perfect AI RNG and all this other stuff to go just right. Because you were able to get another damage boost if an AI is specifically drawn to you and hits you in a very specific way. But it's like super hypothetical. Like I don't even think we have a what's it called?
A task.
Yeah, we don't even have a task that does that right now.
Yeah, and then Mark Rutsu and Ryan Lockwood are still don't have a 111. They're still 112. So I guess they haven't broken that record. I don't know if either of them still play.
I mean, I would have just retired after a 112. Like that's you made it.
I mean, I think Mark Rutsu like actually went off the deep end in like some sort of major way.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So other people didn't doing that. Like everyone's so crazy. Anyway, hey there, Lilo. Nice to see you here. Hey there, Jatsu. I think I already said that. Dude, Draco's here. Hey, what's up, Draco?
Talking to young Draco!
In a minute.
What do you mean? You talked to him yesterday.
We tried turning the audio on and off. Good shit. Did I talk to Draco? You talked to Draco yesterday, right?
Yeah, weren't you in the call at the same time?
When Draco joined? I don't think so.
Nah?
I don't think so. I mean, I see Draco like once a week, but like, I don't think I've done anything with him for a minute.
Word?
Yeah. Hey there, Abby. Nice to see you here. Alright, cool. We're caught up on chat. So, anyone have any words on audio? Like, the most I've heard is, have you tried turning the audio on and off again? Do I need to turn the audio on and off again? Because I think it's fine. I'm not sure. Someone just give me a confirmation with my... Just give me, I don't know, validation, and then I'll move on with my life. Think it's fine. Basically, we can check volume levels. I mean, we'll jump right into it. If we need to change it mid-set, then that should be fine. In that case, we'll go ahead and get started since we are a little bit behind already as is. Let's see. We'll check a couple of things and we should be good to go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Skullgirls Get Gr8. What we do here is we try to match you up against a relatively even opponent and then provide constructive criticism on your play. We won't tell you everything that's wrong because of the nature of things, and we only have 3 games to talk about it. But also because we want you to focus on very few things at a time so you can learn a little bit at a time and then, you know, just keep on attending and you'll eventually master Skullgirls or something. I don't know. There's a reason we don't have an advanced bracket, but we'll do our best to get you there. So, welcome to the SGC for those of you guys who are new. And for those of you guys who are coming back, well, welcome back. We're gonna go ahead and get started with Turgos, who's already in the lobby. So I'm gonna ready up.
Open up Skullgirls real quick. I have not done that yet.
Yeah, go for it.
Let me get that going.
Thanks, Renge. I feel welcomed. I appreciate that. I have the air conditioning popping off in the background. I apologize for that if you'll hear the mild humming. It's not gonna go away.
Man, you gotta get a better, a harder cardio condenser then, or just a different polar pattern.
Could, but
that wouldn't probably solve the problem anyway. Air conditionings are pretty loud and like omnipresent.
Yeah, there are lots of things I could do to like help filter it out. Like there's definitely things I could be doing, but I don't see the need to do that.
You could get a shotgun mic and it wouldn't fully solve the problem. The actual solution is to not have it in the background, but then you die from heat. So like whatever. This isn't like a high production value stream, right? Like we're not recording like music audio, right?
This ain't no Wooly stream. They cool on July 4th, absolutely. RTX voice is actual magic. Oh, absolutely. But like, I don't know if it's like not publicly available or something. I forgot what it was, but like, I needed something to make it a bit usable, and I can't currently do that. I think it has to be specifically an RTX card, and it's not compatible with GTX. I have to wait or something like that. No, I have a GTX card.
Wasn't that's like the smart like frequency filtering, right?
Yeah, like, it's like AI. It's like AI powered filtering, and it's really, really good.
Yeah, I saw something like that similar, but it was for like making acapellas out of like tracks, you know, tracks that you can't get stems.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and it, like I saw like a demo of it, and dude, it like actually like at least for the demo track, it worked like super well, and I'm like, holy shit.
One of my friends, he made an AI that like it basically learned from every single song like certain artists made, like what's his face? Why am I forgetting his name? Whatever. Childish Gambino. There we go. Childish Gambino and a few other rappers. Like he got like a lot of their sample songs, and then also learned their voices, and then basically made it artificially generate songs that those artists would make in their appropriate voices. So it just sounds like songs that would actually belong on like their records or track lists and stuff, and then just.
Yeah. I mean, now there's all the things like
just kind of smiled at it.
Jay-Z doing the Navy SEAL copy pasta and shit like that.
I mean, that stuff's easy, right? Because you're providing the lyrics, but having it actually learn lyrics that that artist would actually write, that's pretty cool. Alright, so the first match up is me against Turgos. I'm not going to be fighting, I'm just going to be lecturing the person on how to play Skullgirls. So I'll talk about it more as we get into character select. You're mostly going to be giving advice mid-matches, I'll be talking between matches. Alright, so just so you guys are aware how this works is I'm gonna basically try to use 4 different techniques against Turgtos. I keep thinking it's like Zergtos, but it's not. Anyway, so first things first is gonna be high lows, then it's gonna be low throws, then it's gonna be armored moves against you, and then I'm gonna use zoning against you. These are the 4 major obstacles in fighting games in general. It is hard to get around, and I just want to expose you how it can be in Skullgirls. They won't be optimized, it won't be like the most insane pressure you have ever seen. I'm gonna go very, very pure and simple against you because I want you to basically absorb exactly what I'm doing very, very clearly without any noise. So because of that, let's see what happens. Like I want to see your ability to handle these things. Based on that, I can judge where you are in your skill level, and at the same time, you know what you're in for. I don't know if that was your team or not. Can you double check Twitch chat to see if he mentions if this is team or not? Because
Philly or Robo?
Like timed out for Robo, yeah.
Where would he? I don't see anything mentioning his team, but
okay.
Yeah.
Hello, are you guys good for hosting or what?
Yeah, we're good.
Alright then, I'm gonna leave then. Alright, bye.
Good. Peace.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. I'm not co-hosting when they got it. I mean, we got it. Like, what? Is there a plan? Do you think there's a problem with it? Like,
okay, so basically, the point of that was highs and lows are the best way to crack defense because you know you have to switch guard. It's like the very purest form of defense in any fighting game ever. You have the right mindset to always down back. Down back is definitely your default state for blocking, but you also need to be ready to switch guard when you react to an overhead. And this is specifically why I try to filter out all the noise and go just lows or overheads. Almost all the overheads, not necessarily, but all of them. But most of the overheads in this game are reactable. Squiggly's forward heavy punch is one of the most reactable ones, but it's fast, right? It's not easy, especially for people who are not familiar with Skullgirls. This will just kind of come from experience as you play the game. You'll learn to be able to switch guards and things like that. But you also need to build that mindset, like, oh, okay, I gotta switch guard. I need to look out for that overhead. So as you start expecting these overheads to come in to mix you up, to open you up, that's going to be something that's very, very... I don't want to say unique, but it's more in tune with faster anime fighters or team fighters in general, because it's all about cracking your opponent's defense, and overheads are going to be one of the main tools that people use. And it is reactable. It is humanly reactable. It's just going to take a lot of time to be able to get to that point. Another thing you didn't do is actually push block. So when you push block, you press 2 punch buttons as soon as you're in block stun, and that pushes me away, and I have to stop all pressure. You were able to jab out of some of my pressure because it wasn't tight. If I was executing it a little bit better, you wouldn't have been able to do that. So you wouldn't have even been able to press a button or anything. You could mash DP, you could use a super. Those are also options you have, but I don't want you to get into those habits now. That is not your go-to answer to get out of these types of situations. Eventually, you'll learn to use those options to open up your opponent a little bit and like escape pressure a lot. And you'll use
only
more
use options.
Yeah, eventually you'll get to that point, but you have to know why you're using those options. That's my thing. Like you start with macros, then you learn macros.
And then you'll never block another thing in your life, and only wait for them to fuck up so you can mash out. Because that's literally the game. That is literally the fucking game.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
this is one of the
I'm not going to get into that now. Like, the whole philosophy of, like, being able to mash out and, like, not having your reversals baited and things like that, that will come in later. Also, I want to advise you, because I forgot to mention this at the beginning, a reminder, if you are playing today, 2 things. 1, please join the Steam group chat. If you have any questions, you have to communicate with me. You have to communicate those questions to me there by typing !GG8 chat. GG8 chat. Into Twitch chat, you'll get a link. That's where you can communicate with me. Also, make sure when you are playing right now, you pause the stream. It is extremely important that you pause the stream when you are playing, because I do not want my voice or any noise in the background to distract you from what's going on. Make sure you're playing. Make sure you have the best connection possible. Obviously, play on Ethernet, all that good stuff. But make sure you are pausing the stream while you are playing. That's important. Just play naturally. Try to kill me. Your goal is to kill me. But it is extremely important that all the things I said. I don't know. Alright. So, got banned. So here I'm going to try to get 2 things done with 1 stone because you are playing a solo. So I'm going to go low throws, and also the second time around I'm going to try to go for armor things.
You're going to get 2 things done with 1 stone?
Yeah. That's how the saying goes, right? Yeah.
Not play?
Okay.
Oh, get grabbed. That means you didn't meaty that shit. Yeah, so the thing is, these are mix-ups that are like technically reactable, but in reality, in a real game, like at a higher level, you actually don't have to deal with like these tick throw setups and stuff because push blocking exists. And so that's the main way of getting out of these mix-ups, is to actually not make them a mix-up you have to deal with anymore by push blocking. Oh, did he rage quit? Oh no, he just what happened? Yeah, so again, if you push block this stuff, then like he's not in range to like hit you anymore, and I think you generate, you know, some frame advantage depending on the move. So that's a good way to like not even have to deal with the mix-ups. Does he have the stream on like as we just said not to do that? Maybe.
There we go. That's what I was trying to show.
Oh, armoring through something?
Yeah.
By the way, grass is unsafe on block. The one he's actually, are you doing light or?
I'm doing light into medium.
Okay.
So once I have them in a situation where they would want to press a button, that's basically what I was trying to do. I was trying to bait them into pressing a button and then using Embrace to punish it, so I can demonstrate armoring through something. So The first time around, I was demonstrating lows and throws, right? So there's a couple of things you can keep in mind there. If you block a low and you push block, you can switch guards, and that's absolute guard. I don't want to go into too much detail about that. You don't have to worry about that until intermediate bracket. But in that state, you are able to block in both directions, so that's going to be another reason you want to start getting used to push blocking. Whenever you block a low, push block. Like, just do it and build some space. On top of that, when I was going low into throw, the reason that mix-up is so important is because when you are blocking low, you are not able to tech a throw. The reason for that is whenever you can throw your opponent, that's the only time you get able to tech a throw. And you can try this in the lab or in a match, just hold down back and press grab as fast as you can, and nothing will come out. You will never get a grab. And that's why you're not able to tech while you're down backing. That's why it's a mix-up, right? So if you're down backing, I can grab you, and if you're standing to like tech a throw, then I can hit you low. So there are lots of options against this, like up forwarding or jumping in a specific way to be able to avoid it, because you can't be ground thrown when you are in the air, and you can't get hit low if you're in the air, obviously, right? So there are lots of options like that that will help you avoid that stuff, but it is tricky, and it is something that you have to deal with. The armor part, I was basically trying to demonstrate that this is one of those things that's harder to do, because sometimes it's not always obvious which moves have armors and which moves have armor and which moves don't. For example, I was mixing up between light brass and medium brass. You will build that visible I don't know how to describe it. Visible distinguishing skill? That doesn't sound right. You'll be able to distinguish it eventually. You'll able to
learn to distinguish it visually? Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't know. There's like dozens of ways to say whatever I'm trying to say. My point is that eventually you'll be able to identify moves that have armor as you play the game, and you need to respect it. Yeah, there's not that many, and well, relatively speaking, there's not that many, and you have to be able to respect it. That's one of the most important parts. When you block the armor move, then you can punish it. If you block a non-armored move, another armor, then you're screwed, right? Like if you block a non-armored move, then an armor move will come out when you try to punish the unarmored move, and then you'll get hit, because that's how armor works. There are lots of ways to beat armor. You can sweep. Sweep breaks all armor, except for hyper armor, and hyper armor and normal armor can be grabbed. You can also snap, but don't worry about that. No one snaps armor unless you're fighting very specifically Eliza, which you don't really have to worry about. Not right now. Don't worry about matchup-specific things. Just know that you do have option against armor, but more than that, you can just respect it. And now you can kind of start seeing, I don't want to say the rock, paper, scissors of things, but that's the easiest way to describe it, where if I'm using like armor to prevent you from pressing a button, or trying to get you to like be a little bit more antsy and press buttons, now I can start mixing up lows and throws with that. So now you're more likely to get hit by my lows and throws, because you're not just trying to avoid things, because otherwise you just eat the armor. So it's not the true rock, paper, scissors nature of Skullgirls, but like it's just something that you'll start connecting dots on how all the more difficult to deal with things in Skullgirls fit together. So the next thing up is going to be zoning. I just need you to ready up. Reminder that if you are listening and not pausing the stream, that the VODs go live on Twitch instantly after our set, and also the VODs go up onto YouTube instantly after the stream. So, well, not instantly. It takes some time. It depends what kind of mood Twitch is in. But in general, it'll be up right after the stream. So, because of that, that's why I tell you guys to mute the VOD, so you can see it later.
Yeah, don't. You're not gonna make any changes like right now. Like, this is to go back and review. Don't be listening to the stream while you're playing. Pause the stream while it's your turn.
I see you've accidentally picked a trio. You can always hit select and go backwards. If you're using a PS4 controller, press the what's it called? The
share
touchpad. No, it's not the share button. It's the touchpad.
Not the share button?
I guess it depends. For me, it's the touchpad.
Oh, I guess because my Obsidian's usually in PC mode, because otherwise then it activates like the headphone portion of the jack. And I don't feel like, although it might be easier now that I have an audio interface, it might actually be easier to not deal with that and use the touchpad instead of the fucking tiny ass share button. To reset things. Yeah, because that's the most annoying thing. I turn on turbo accidentally so many times. Why is that even on sticks anymore?
I don't know. I guess people like it. I know when I was a kid I would love messing around with it, but like I don't think anyone actually uses it for fighting games. Yeah.
The only time I ever used turbo, I think, was like I had a glow-in-the-dark, like third-party N64 controller.
I used it when I was playing Chrono Trigger. I plugged in a PS1 fight stick, to get past the eating food part. You have to be a maniac to get that right.
I still need to play Chrono Trigger. I have it like I have the ROM downloaded. Oh, we're punching moves. Oh, you gonna do it? You gonna do it? That reversal's punishable, right? We're not blocking. Oh, we're not blocking. Oh, we're getting shot.
Okay, so I want to point out that like all 4 of those moments, I'm not trying to bully you. I don't get anything out of that. Like I'm not trying to be mean to you. I'm very specifically trying to show you things that people will struggle with in the game. Peacock is one of the things that you will struggle with until the ends of time. Like she is an extremely high pressure character. She's extremely effective as a zoner, and it's not going to go away. I don't think it's going to ever really go away. It's going to be really tough to deal with as long as you play this game. You do have options though. While this is not any one of your characters, like you're playing as Philia specifically, like Peacock's pressure does have a gap which can be covered by an assist or things like that, but it is somewhere to get started. So I'm going to go ahead and put that into where's OBS? Right here. I'm going to go ahead and put that into Twitch chat, so please make sure you are checking that out. There is a YouTube video that talks about Peacock's dead zone and the gaps in her pressure. If you are playing a character with a double jump, which I don't think... I mean, you picked Band. I'm not going to assume that you actually play Band. But Philia doesn't have a double jump or anything like that, but she does have an air dash where she can go in low to the ground and get into the gap. Double jumps are helpful for getting over Air Show George, which is the bomb to plane. And that wasn't even like some of the best pressure. That was just like the first thing I learned in 15 minutes when I went into the lab. Like she has lots of different patterns that are very, very tough to deal with, and they can cover all sorts of different gaps. So it's gonna take a lot of practice, and it's always gonna be frustrating, but if you can keep your cool, if you can stay calm, then like handle the pressure a little bit at a time and accept that it's really, really tough to deal with, then your mindset is set for Skullgirls. Like that is one of the things that will weed out players the most, because it is so tough to deal with. You have too many channel points.
I mean, if you get 50,000 channel points and redeem them, you can redeem them for a shirtless stream.
Yeah, I wish that was an option.
It is an option. I'm making it an option.
You're making it an option?
Yeah, I can do that like as a mod, right?
It's not bits, it's points. I don't like. We can't really. Can we add incentives? I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think, like...
yeah, you can. No, you totally can.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess like manage rewards and stuff, huh?
Oh yeah, I don't have I don't think I have that ability as a mod. Damn.
I think that's all right. You have 30k. What do you get for that? All the hugs in the world. Let's see. You can edit the channel rewards. Yes, we should all consider. Yeah. We should all consolidate points for the shirtless stream. I don't actually want to do a shirtless stream, so no amount of consolidation is ever gonna get that.
Yeah, it has to be your points. They have to be earmarked to a single person. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Ron has an award to ban a random mod on his. That's good. I like that. He's probably got so many mods at this point that it doesn't matter. He's like Kulda Meek.
Playing Renekton?
Oh yeah, that is a Renekton thing, isn't it?
It's cute.
So if you fly out to America to meet Crank in person with 30,000 points, can I get him to shirtless stream? Want me to shirtless stream after you visit America?
Also, this dude's still in the lobby.
Yeah, we should probably
get him out of here.
Alright, cool. Never mind. You got it. Good stuff. Alright, but you did find Turgos. There's a lot to learn there. Keep watching for the rest of the beginner bracket, because I am going to talk about a lot of other things that beginners struggle with. For example, learning a B&B, which you definitely don't have right now. I know you only have a couple hours in the game, but there's a lot to get... there's a lot of work to do, I guess? I don't know. So, brace yourself if you're in for the long haul. For 1 point, we should be able to get 2 points. For 2 points, you should be able to get 1 point.
Dude, so just buy money, like, straight up. Alright. What we got? Right. Okay, we got Elbrass neutral. We got only Elbrass. We got L beam assist, goddamn. You had to go out of your way to choose a bad assist. Why would you do this?
Hey, I mean, it's a full screen low.
Maybe it's not low. Not low.
It's not low?
I don't think so. Is it a low?
I thought it was a low.
If it's a low, it like literally doesn't matter. If it is, because like you literally just it's either you're on the ground or you're not.
Alright. Going into level 3. Hard being at 3 meter already. Doing that 50% bonus damage against the assist. Slightly awkwardly timed. You have to wait till they fall a little bit before the level 2 would actually hit.
Yeah, and that's why you don't pick like low hit stun, low damage, non-invincible, non-armored assists.
I really like these players are like early beginner bracket, like they just got into the game. Like it's really not important to talk about like using bad assists right now.
I get, but this person went out of their way to pick that assist. That's not a suggested assist.
All DNI beams are mid. Thank you, Granker.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I know like a lot of people really like this game for its freedom, whatever, but like people really go overboard with like my unique team, my unique assist, like type shit. So I would say like, there's no points for originality in this game, and like there's no shame in doing just what works already, especially if it's gonna like make your life harder by playing a worse team, by like kneecapping, you know, any sort of strength your team has by using like bad assists because like you think it's like more unique. Again, like, and if it's more fun to you, more power to you. But if like you know, if losing isn't very fun to you, then like, you know, that's a good place to start is by taking out kind of your terrible assist choices.
That was a good way of wording it. I agree with that.
Like, cause yeah, you know it's fun, like winning. Honestly, it's like it's almost always more fun than losing. So like, you know, you like, I don't know, like why you'd ride or die for like a dumb assist.
There are exceptions to that though. Like for example, Penny's probably the best Butcher's Blade assist user in the world, and she uses Butcher's Blade knowing that it's not the best assist that Parasol has, but she has more fun with it. And so, by all means, power to you. If like that originality gives you fun, then go for it. What's up?
Rip Lazy Diablos.
He hasn't played the game in so long.
Oh yeah, he hasn't played in forever, but he was like an insane like because he used it with Fortune, right? And, like with Fortune, it's actually like a good choice.
Parasol with Butcher's Blade assist.
No, Parasol with Butcher's Blade modded into her toolset.
Yeah, it's really weird that she plays with that. I don't understand why she would do that.
Yeah, it's weird that we also play on the same modded client to allow this behavior. It's really our fault at a certain level. Oh damn, the fastfall. They convert the thing to hit high.
Icebox. I got the overhead, then I'm gonna load. Into a tick throw. We're able to jab out of that. Alright, let's go.
Wasn't even a jab, that was a crouch short. Ooh, we're not getting all the hits. Make sure you let your multi-hits rock, that's why you do them. For the big damage. Alright, knockdown.
Okay, we also know a DHC, that's good.
Oh, isn't that? Yeah, that drops on Robo sometimes if you try to do crouch jab.
I think for Beowulf you say H chair, and for Parasol you say H toss. I think that's what it is.
For what?
Because people were saying like, someone said H toss, and they were debating like, because they were confused. Like, wait, which character do you mean? Do you mean Parasol or Beowulf?
Yeah, I mean, usually it's pretty obvious by context, right?
Yeah, like no one uses toss assist. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about the B&B compendium.
I'll learn some combos.
This is gonna be something you hear all the time in the beginner bracket. I will tell you this, guys, all the time. This is important for everyone in the beginner bracket, and probably for a lot of people in the intermediate bracket as well. Get your B&Bs consistent. So what I'm going to recommend is you check out the BNB Compendium. If you type !BNB into Twitch chat, I'm going to go ahead and switch overlays real quick. If you type BNB into Twitch chat, then you will get a link to the BNB Compendium. This has BNBs for all the characters. Not the most optimized combos, but it's a good place to start. You can also check out the Mizumi Wiki, which has better combos, but is a little bit harder to get into because it doesn't really ease you into the whole combo routes of your character. If you learn the BNBs in the BNB Compendium, they'll use the most common links that you have to deal with your character. So it's a really, really good place to start. And eventually you can transition to your own combos or like combos using assists and things like that. But learning your combos for all these characters is extremely important. J2 demonstrate that they had some combos down, especially for Philia and a little bit of Robo. But it is extremely important that you get all of them down, and it's a full 240 Undizzy BNB. Again, this applies to everybody in the beginner's bracket. Get your BNBs down. This is extra important for, or I guess contextually important for Lahara's Blade, because that is something that they seem to be struggling with. They'll get a couple of hits, but they're not really sure what to do there. Like there in the corner, you got Embrass, and they were in a knockdown state. You could have used OTG to convert there. If you knew a big band... I'm so struggling today. Alright, if you know a big band corner combo, then you would know that you can definitely convert off of that into a full combo.
Yeah.
Mizumi Wiki is definitely the bigger source of information. It's definitely the best thing to look at eventually. But right now, you guys just need to get more
uncollated. Yeah. So as a wiki, it's not like... Right, it doesn't have like a purpose besides like providing like just all the information at once. So like the information's not collated super well because that's not necessarily the purpose, right? It's not supposed to be like a guide.
Yeah, it's not a tutorial per se, whereas the BNB Compendium is closer to like what Kenji was saying, a guide, a tutorial, where like it eases you into more important stuff.
Hold up. I'm also, I'm gonna pour myself a glass of Kool-Aid. Give me 1 sec.
Go for it. Was that 3 games? I was not paying attention. I think that was 3 games. Just a reminder, you guys are playing 3 flat games today. That means no matter who wins or who loses, you play 3 games no matter what. It was. Alright, thank you. Alright, next up it's gonna be... Am I supposed to read that as just 32? I'm not sure what you want me to read that as. I'm gonna assume it's just 32. So in that sense, we're gonna have just 32 versus Leela. I know Leela is here. They were talking to me earlier today, unless...
Oh man, that's good Kool-Aid.
See, so one of my friends and I we were talking about this, and we were talking about how no matter how much you cool Kool-Aid, it never tastes cold.
What?
There's like because like the water in Kool-Aid will be cold, but like the flavor of Kool-Aid will feel warm, and it's really weird. Like, until I thought about it, I never really realized it, but like I had Kool-Aid in the fridge for like literally 3 days, and I took it out and poured some, and I'm like, wow, you're right. Like the flavor is still warm. It just kind of ruined it for me. I never really was able to enjoy it.
I'm drinking this Kool-Aid right now. It tastes pretty cold to me.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just a flavor or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm like literally drinking this right now, and like within mind what you said, and it. Nah, it tastes fine, dog. Like I don't know. I don't see it. I don't taste it. It's not the taste I can see.
I might be actually mistaking it for Hawaiian Punch. I'm not actually sure. It's all a blur to me.
Someone just unironically post Kool-Aid.com. Like hashtag ad. Oh, I'm on this website now. I'm on this website now. There's nothing we can do about it. There's a recipes tab. And why is food on here? What food did you make with Kool-Aid? Pickles? Kool-Aid pickles? What the? Alright, hold on. Alright, I'm losing the light.
Yeah, Yeah, so jumping in on double is really hard because you have to block as soon as you jump, because Lugers will anti-air, and not only anti-air, but put you into a knockdown state. So, it's tough to deal with. This is one of the things that is hardest to deal with about double, because double has Lugers, and they are bullets that knock you down for some reason. Because, you know, we need that.
Yeah. And think about it, the character with the gun's the strongest one, right?
Yeah.
Remember when that used to be the thing? It's like doubles the best character in the game because she has a gun.
Yeah. It's all the things. It's like give Squiggly a gun and all that stuff.
And Parasol was strong because she had a gun, but she didn't use it properly to shoot bullets, so she wasn't as strong as double.
Parasol shoots her umbrella. The umbrella throws a bloop out there.
Yeah, she uses it like a lighter, essentially. Oh, we're getting American reset. Oh, we're just not blocking. Oh man, this Kool-Aid's really doing it for me. But yeah, yeah, I mean, I ain't doing shit, man. I'm not going outside. I'm not trying to get no coronavirus and shit.
I honestly forgot it was July 4th until someone pointed it out in chat. I just don't really care this year. Like, normally I'm just like, maybe I'll go check out the fireworks or something, I guess, and then don't do it. But this year I just literally forgot. Like, I knew I had Friday off for something, but whatever.
I'm just trying not to get fucking coronavirus from a Trump supporter or some shit, man. That's all I'm saying.
For the first time in forever, like, the cities that I'm around, like, the actual rates of death have gone down. That's kind of cool. Like, there have been 0 deaths reported for 3 days.
Southern California's a fucking mess, man.
Well, yeah.
We're all gonna die. My death is imminent.
Yeah, we'll shoot, yeah, so that's kind of a tough part.
Yeah, you gotta push block earlier.
Yeah. Not only push block earlier, but there's a couple of, like, mechanical interactions we can talk about there, where when you push block, you are putting yourself into block stun. When you put yourself into block stun, you cannot be grabbed. So, because of that, if Wolf Shoot would touch you while you're in the middle of push blocking, you won't get grabbed, which means that the only time they can grab you is if your push block finished. And if your push block finished, that means you could have jumped it. So after you push block, and Beowulf still has a special cancel available, so they can still go into Wolf Shoot. It's not Wolf Shoot. What is it called? Is it Wolf Shoot? I think it is Wolf Shoot. You just hold up after that, is what I'm trying to say. You can also just, as you get more and more familiar with the character, a very common player habit is you'll start watching your own character less and start watching your opponent character more. So eventually you'll be able to react just by watching Beowulf and seeing that, oh wow, they're going for Wolf Shoot, because there's a ton of startup on that. So on that, you'll be able to react, just hold up.
Yeah, it's like touch typing, right? It's like you should actually know where your character is because you're the only one moving it, right? So then like you need to watch it less. That's the idea behind it. But obviously it's hard because, like, you know, you don't have that brain-body connection just yet.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be universally true in beginner bracket where people are just getting familiar with their characters. That's why I emphasize so much. You guys just got to get used to what you guys are doing with your character. The best way to do that is learning a B&B.
This dude from New Jersey? He got the same area code as me.
Who?
The 732.
Oh. Got that dive kick icon though. That's a game I haven't seen anything about in a hot minute.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to see. I fucking knew it. Cause see, that's also the first 3 digits of my phone number. Shout outs New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? That means he's not from North Jersey either, right? Because they're 908. Oh yeah, we gotta learn these combos.
Alright, so a couple other basic things. When you are hitting your opponent and they are blocking, then you need to stop pressing buttons after a medium. Eventually you'll get used to frame trapping, which means you can go past the heavy into a special to frame trap if you're plus, but that's character specific, and it's also situation specific, and you don't always want to do that. Which means that you want to get used to seeing if your opponent is getting hit or being blocked, and reacting to that and stop pressing buttons after a medium. Mediums, almost all of them are safe. In general, like, that is a good mindset to have. You should have the mindset that your ultimate goal, like if you at very advanced level of play, you use 2 hits of a light to hit confirm, but, like in general. But even some of the highest level players don't do that right now. Like that will be your ultimate goal. But you should be able to react to seeing that your opponent is blocking you after the medium.
And then again, you can at that point you can go the current.
You're a robot, by the way. No, I can't hear you.
I am?
Yeah, I could not hear you.
Tell me what it's doing.
Let me see if I can change the servers.
Oh yeah, servers.
It's on US East, you're US West, right? Yeah. Alright, try something. Alright, well done. Discord is just kind of dead right now. Okay. Okay, so US West is dead. That entire server is just not working. But we're in US Central now, that should help you out a bit.
Yeah, I mean, why were you on US East to begin with? You're closer to Central, aren't you?
Me? Yeah, but Penny and Sam aren't.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Nice to see you, J2. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you check out the VOD. That's extremely important. That's why we do these things. So, good luck. Have fun. Have a nice day. Next up,
it went from 250 ping to below 60, so yeah, it's probably.
Yeah. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and get Graham Sandwich versus Twitch.tv/Osaka.
Is this the person that rage quit on me on my stream?
Who knows?
It might have been. There was someone with Twitch, like their Twitch ID and their username that like rage quit me on your stream, and I was like, "Ooh, that's bad. That's bad publicity. Like that. How are you gonna promote your stream that way if your name's on it for less time? Because you don't gotta win, but like your name's not on there for as long." Shout out to Graham Sandwich. That boy be tuning into my stream and giving me mad support. I appreciate that shit. But he's been trying to play some Robo A Train because he's been inspired by the ultralight streams. No, like dead ass, bro. Like I'm making this team cool. That's all I'm saying. Like you've seen the video.
Yeah.
And then I know he mainly plays band, and then he mainly plays like double too, but he's like trying to get the Robo going in.
Queestock says that was them. What do you mean that was you? Oh, was that something? Oh, that was on your stream. Okay, I get you.
Oh, okay. I'm getting up. Feel that.
Let's see if I can hunt down Osaka.
Hunt down Osaka. There's a whole region, man. How you gonna hunt it down?
Well, it's not moving anywhere.
It's true. Do I got any family out in Osaka? I don't think so. I guess I got a friend in like Kobe area.
They are online.
I guess he was going to grad school in Kobe. I don't know if he's still there. No, he is. He definitely is. Now I think about it, because he's from there. What platform are you on? We are on PC. Always on PC. The majority of the Skullgirls population is on PC. There's a few people who are PS4, but most of them play on PC now also. Even if it's not their preferred method.
Okay, wait. Hey Osaka, glad you're here. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot you an invite because you did just accept my invite, or my friend invite. A second. Invite to lobby. Alright. Just a reminder that we do put out the lobby link on Twitch, onto the Steam group chat, and also into our Discord as soon as the stream starts. And you can always join with that lobby link. Putting that lobby link into your browser URL will launch Steam, which will launch Skullgirls and put you into our lobby.
Man, I'm out of Kool-Aid now. I'm sad.
Yeah. Key of Madness, the lobby is private. This is like you have to register for the event in advance.
There's a guy called Cube Man?
It's a Key of Madness?
Oh, Cube Man. It sounds like Cube Man. Sounds like a really lame Mega Man boss. Man, I want to play Mega Man Battle Network now. Shit.
Exclamation mark get great, I think? I haven't done this in a while. Yeah, okay. If you type exclamation mark get great, you can ignore the caps. You'll get a link to all the places where we post signups. You can also type exclamation mark Twitter to find our Twitter, which we post an announcement every time signups go out, things like that. So you have all the different mediums in the world to be able to be notified that our signups are going out. They go out usually on Monday or Sunday-ish, I don't know, like sometime around there. You can always at me if you don't know if the signups are out or not, and then you can sign up, and then we go live on Saturday every 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, etc., etc. What do we got? Exit past.
We're playing the keep away. Decent keep away game. Oh, getting armored on though. I think that was a missed push block though, because that was crouch medium punch. Oh, that's a weird combo. But it looked like it had good reset points.
If it's a missed push block, then the light would have come out. If you press light punch and medium punch at the same time, light comes out.
Are you sure? I usually get medium.
But then why would you... So if you press light punch and medium punch at the same time, you know how you get, like, the dash? If you press it twice, you get a light punch, not a medium punch.
Really?
Yeah.
No. Maybe it's just a sloppy input then. Because yeah, I really doubt he's pressing crouch medium punch on purpose for any reason, right?
Yeah. There's no real reason to press that as far as I can tell.
Might just be an input error then. Okay, yeah, this is impossible to deal with. I would actually hard tag out in this situation, but... Ooh, he's gonna get the assist though. Oh, he got both of them. That's good.
Go for car from the
that might actually be dead. Yeah, that's dead. Oh, he should have done bad. He should have just killed. Oh, we matched level 3 on...
to go into SSJ, and that would have been it.
Oh, we're trying to go for the Buck Yo-Yo?
Death by Bridge.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. He got it. He did it. We're trying to get him with the A-Train. It's harder with H. You have to actually do some manual timing. Oh yeah, that's not safe.
Yeah,
it actually is safe into Monster. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the only thing that's consistently safe in a Monster.
Yeah, because Slide, yeah, it's not consistently safe. Ooh, got him with the cross-up. Yeah. And also, but it also can get blown up by push block timings, whereas like Monster can't, or I mean Fridge Monster can't. Alright, this should be dead. Oh, but we fuck up the last hit. Oh my god.
Throw, please convert. Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Never mind. You could have actually just done one string into 3 DHCs and it would have also been fine, but... I'm gonna go ahead and say the obvious. Make sure you guys are working on your BNBs. We shouldn't have to talk about that in intermediate bracket. So make sure if you guys don't have a consistent BNB, you either are setting up for beginner where our advice is a little bit more relevant to you, or you are practicing your BNBs. You play 3 flat matches, not just 1 match. Play 3 flat matches.
Yeah, I mean, if you know the BNBs but you can't do them when you need to do them, then I would say you don't really know them, right?
Yeah. It's like saying that, like, oh, I'm ranked in bronze, but I'm actually a gold, platinum level player. That's not how that works.
Well, it's just my team's holding me back every game, you know, so.
I was talking about StarCraft, like, your team's holding you back, then you're doing something really wrong.
Yeah, it's like you can't overcome 4 bronze players. So.
What I'm hearing is don't pull out my squiggly yet. You can pull out your squiggly as long as you have BNBs with your other characters, because then I know you're learning a new character, right? Like, that's more reasonable. You get better at SC2? Oh, I would love to teach you. StarCraft 2 is my first love. I love that game.
4-gate until you die.
4-gate doesn't work anymore, unfortunately, because people start with 12 forces, so people have too much macro.
Alright, never mind. StarCraft's a bad game now.
I thought it would still work in PvP at least, but nah, it doesn't even work in PvP because of the battery. 4-gate pressure you can do off of 2 bases, and then it's really, really aggressive while you're still macroing, but it's still not advisable.
Yeah, it sounds like you can have much better economy if you just actually like do something else.
Yeah, and 3-gate pressure is just enough to like kill workers anyway, with like stalkers and stuff, just blink stalkers. Yeah. So, like, you don't really need 4-gate ever. It's like an option.
I mean, yeah, it just sounds like a really ineffective like all-in strategy at this point. So for when you're doing these air beams, like it's good because they're not approaching you like super cleanly, but you want to be careful because that's how you're going for like a lot of beams up close. When you're close like that, like when they're actually like closing distance on you, you don't want to beam too much. You want to focus on using movement to gain distance, like you're doing right now. So
yeah,
I think maybe it was just a temporary mistake. Ooh, good armor, I like it. Oh, no DHC. Probably could have killed if you went all the way to ban.
I don't actually know.
Alright, yeah, just impossible to deal with these missiles. They're so fucking annoying.
Yeah, I think it was the right decision not to DHC there because this is 3v2, so I don't think that health. I think that health is too much for even for 3 meters.
Yeah, you're gonna do. Oh, the taunt. Okay,
oh, okay
we're gonna get mad. We're gonna get mad missiles. You can just do it, like, cause even if you get hit, like, what does it matter? See, now you're not gonna get it. Oh.
Oh, but they dropped. Oh, they gave you a chance. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Incoming fridge. Oh wow. Osaka making sure that max this is possible to make sure they don't get hit by that fridge.
Stay away from the Freon fumes, man.
Alright, we got barrel loops? We do have barrel loops. Let's go. Finish this stuff. Car. Don't have a DHC, that sucks. Probably should have gone to cat heads actually, right? Or level 3 would have killed.
Well, I think 3 would have killed, I think. Yeah, I think 3 would have killed. And like, who cares if you done a meter? It's double versus band 2v3, right? Like.
Yeah. I mean, now we have 3 monster jails instead of 1, which is still plenty.
Ooh, got grabbed. Yeah, see, this is what happens. Like, this is like the classic thing you see from like kind of beginner bands. They're like kind of really afraid to take initiative, so they just wait for the opponent to make a mistake, and then it's like, well, if they don't do anything super obviously wrong, then like, what do you do? But obviously they did there when they've been like, also stop pressing slide so much. Like, it's not good. What's that thing Duck said? Slide one more time, right? Like. Alright, and that's not dead, I don't think. Oh, it is last hit. That was close. That was actually really close.
I do want to clarify one thing. Well, we do say slide. I mean, at least when Kenji says slide, don't slide so often. I would always put an asterisk there because slide is a good tool by all means. It doesn't mean don't use slide. It means use slide less. Like if people are expecting it, you're just gonna get blown up every time. Like it's all or nothing.
I mean, you're also just doing it in like random ass situations where you're clearly not thinking about it. You're just hoping that they like get hit by it.
It almost looks like they're using it as a gap closer more than anything else, which is weird because
which is also bad because it's not invincible. It has low priority. Like
yeah, and also like Double doesn't need to close gaps. Like she is super content full screen. Like she does not need to really work for her win. I mentioned Monster Jail before. If you're not familiar with the concept, the idea is to be far away from your opponent. Put them behind a monster or like a monster in front of you, and then just start shooting your gun. The opponent's job will be to approach you, and they won't be able to get in. In the best case scenario, they get in and block a monster, which makes you plus, right? Like now they have to deal with your mix-up. So the pressure's on them, basically. It's their job to deal with that. So setting up a monster jail is one of the most powerful techniques that Double can do, and it's starting to fall out of fashion because it just doesn't quote-unquote get you the win, you know what I mean? Like you're not getting
it's really low reward is the thing.
Yeah, but if you're ahead, it basically just guarantees that your opponent can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I mean depending on the character, but yeah. Like especially against Ban. Oh, this Painwheel slide? Interesting. Were they playing? They were playing Bomber before. Okay, yeah, this is actually a switch. Oh yeah, we're just running forward and getting duffed for not blocking.
That's actually a good point, man. I don't think Pog blocks anywhere near enough.
Yeah. It's because he just wants to, like, he wants to do, like, just the stupid stuff, right? Like, but you gotta, like, it's position before submission, right? Like, you actually have to earn the hit.
There was a player who showed up all the time. His name was Dry Eyes. He very recently stopped really attending Get Gr8. But he had this one problem where he would always brass or A-Train in neutral. And I mean, like, we always have Sam. Sam always does this. The thing about those kinds of moves, like using these high-risk moves, is it's high-risk, low-reward. It's not even high-risk, high-reward. Because when you get a move like Cilia Slide, then you can, you know, like you get the hit, then you get a combo, I guess, but it's a scaled combo. It's not super great. You have to go a very specific route. Kind of sucks. As Big Band, if you get Beat Extend, or if you get Brass, or whatever, to hit your opponent, you don't get that much damage off of it. Like, look at that. Like, after Symbols, you got A-Train, now what? Like, you got the corner, I guess. You got a lot of space, which is good for Band, don't get me wrong. But it didn't really get you that much damage or anything. you have to play neutral again, and your goal is to minimize the amount of times you have to play neutral, because then your opponent dies.
You should be dead. Oh wait, no, not anymore. He did the wrong combo. Oh, this is bad.
That's real bad.
That's
Yeah, that works. Fun too.
You could have won the game off that slide.
And if you guys are wondering why we keep saying like learn to B&B, it's not just for the damage, it's not just so you guys are more familiar with the character. It also just gets you the win, right? Like the thing I'll say the most often is it gets you familiar with the character, but more often than not, it also just gets you the win. Like if you, in both situations, if you guys didn't drop your combos, you guys would have won. That was the band's win, then it was the doubles win, now it was the band's win again, or band's win again. So like those types of scrambles shouldn't be happening, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, what up, Tom? Shout out to Tom in the chat. Know what it is?
That's good. Mr.
But yeah,
Man.
combos are important because you gotta like actually like get damage when you get the hit, and like or just gain some sort of advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Not just get mashed on.
In beginner and low intermediate, I will talk about using it to get familiar with your character, learn spacing, so you can slowly move your eyes off of your own character, like I mentioned earlier today. But as you move forward, the combos are there, so you can close out the game. Is that all? Yeah, so if you guys were watching the stream, hopefully you guys weren't, but if you muted the stream, then what happens is the VOD is up on Twitch right now, or you can wait till the VOD is up on YouTube, and you can listen to our advice. You can sign up for next week, and then you can figure out what to do. Is that all B&B? No, we talked a lot about like neutral and character-specific interactions. I mean, B&B is one of the more important things. That is not the only thing we talked about. Make sure you go back and watch the VOD.
Man, a lot of doubles today. That's weird, because that used to be a character new players didn't want to play, remember? Like,
yeah, it's interesting, because like every week we'll just have a lot of one specific character, because this seems to be the character of the week. Normally for like lower level of play, we don't see double at all. We see a lot of squiggly, which is interesting.
it's just she's just the flavor of the week. Is that Offspring? Right? Does that song? That's a great song.
She's just the flavor of the week.
Yeah.
It's an actual dialogue, like it's an actual lyric in a song. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's the core. That's like the name of the song. She's just the flavor of the week.
Dang.
Yeah, it's how'd it go? I think it was like her boyfriend. He don't know anything. Yeah, it's the He's Too Stoned Nintendo song. That's literally
it's at least video game related then.
yeah, I think
okay.
like that song's lit. Is it by the Offspring? I'm gonna look this up. You commentate the match.
Alright. Okay. So something you want to start getting used to at Robo at this level is TK beams. So the reason Robo works as a character honestly is because TK beams are possible. If you don't know what TK is, it's called short for Tiger Knee. The idea God, what is wrong with my tongue today? So the idea is that you want to do a core circle forward and then go forward a little bit more, so now it's also the up forward direction. And the reason for that is, yeah, you get the jump and then you get a beam, and then you can cancel that into another TK beam. So you get two beams, you land cancel, and you can do two more beams again. It's the most optimal way to get beams. The lower to the ground you are, the better you're doing the TK beam.
It's the fastest way to get multiple beams.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, it's and it's only slightly higher commitment than a grounded beam.
Charles is asking what's the easiest number of characters to start with. This is actually interesting because it's kind of up to debate. With 3 characters, you have the largest health total, so the games will go on the longest, so you'll have more time to play with your characters. With 1, you have the largest health total on a single character and lets you concentrate on a very specific thing, which is also very useful and just easier for learning. If you're first getting into Skullgirls, I would say 1. If you are learning a new team and you've been playing Skullgirls for a few hundred hours, then I would say 3. I personally argue that there's almost no reason to play 2, but also one of the best teams out there is, you know, Peacock Cerebella, so what do I do about that? I don't know.
Yeah. I think, yeah, it's just like, it depends, you know, it really just depends. I would say not 1, probably. That's probably the answer. But 2 or 3 is just kind of depends on how good you are at, like, where you find difficulty in learning certain things.
If you're learning Skullgirls, I'd say 1. If you're learning a team, I'd say 3. Yeah, like if you're learning characters, then 3. If you're learning Skullgirls, 1. That's how I would word it.
Yeah, the problem is like playing 1 is just gonna like you're almost never gonna win.
Yeah. If you're learning Skullgirls and you're fighting like hopefully people at your skill level are like going into matchmaking streams like this, so like it won't matter too much.
Oh, gets caught by the frame trap.
Game. Super.
Could've got a card for that. Alright, let's see how you deal with the zoning. Double jump, instant double jumps.
Nice jump. Avoiding a potential punch move right there. Using band to like cover your incoming. So now at this point you want to stop calling band, even though he's like helping you get in a little bit better and better. Because you know band's bleeding out and double's about to die. This is what happens. Like band lost a third of his life, so basically nothing. So a common thing you can do is you can. I mean, I'll post the Peacock Dead Zone link again if I can find it real quick. Yeah, here it is. So the Peacock Dead Zone link is one of the important things it talks about is how you can neutral jump to let Airshow George go right under you, and then you can do a second jump to go over. Both the characters you were playing had 2 jumps, which means that technique is perfectly viable for you guys. So you can get over the bomb. With Band specifically, once you're about half screen distance away, you can use Embrace. It comes out fast enough to punish almost any projectile that Peacock throws out there, and he has 2 hits of armor, which makes it better than a lot of other tools to close gaps. So double jump, get half screen distance away from Peacock. If she's backdashing, then there's no projectiles. If she's not backdashing, then you can use Embrace to close the distance. This is, of course, pattern dependent, because if item drop is not on cooldown, then you also have to respect the item drop, and then things get tricky.
We're doing dash up low twice, but it's working out. I mean, I fucks with it. But yeah, then we're just doing the wrong combos. Oh, yeah. Man, we gotta learn some combos, man. Oh, flushed. We're PVGC flip stepping through shit. That's crazy. Yeah, see, I'm seeing like a lot of this stuff isn't reversal safe, but like neither of y'all are doing any reversals, so.
I mean,
like,
this situation's kind of.
You gotta like look for like these gaps and stuff. Like, there's a lot of PVGC windows that you guys are missing that you gotta at least test out, right? And, the only way really is to just test them out and like see what gets doesn't.
With the exception of level 3, like this is the downside playing level point, where you don't really get to reverse a lot of things that are reversal vulnerable, which is almost all of this.
Well, you have no bomber.
Oh, I guess. Oh, that's true. I forgot about L-Bomber. Yeah, never mind. You guys have L-Bomber.
She has like one of the best DPs, like point DPs in the game.
Yeah, that's a good point. Never mind. Everything I said was invalid.
Yeah.
Don't E-breakthrough beam. It doesn't help. It's horrible.
Yeah, you're gonna get
parry. Yeah, you want to jump in the air and then parry beams, or you want to block dash. For those guys who are unaware, which could be both of you, because I think both of you guys are new to the stream, you can block and dash in Skullgirls. It is one of the things that it's not unique to Skullgirls, but it is very rare in fighting games in general, where if you are dashing and you start holding backwards, you can't hold down back. If you hold down back, you'll stop dashing. If you hold standing back, you'll dash forward while still blocking. So as soon as you block something, you'll, stop moving forward. But at least you're able to safely approach. The best way to do this is to use 2 punch buttons to dash. Pressing light punch and medium punch at the same frame is a macro to dash. So if you dash like that, then you can hold back as soon as dash startup is complete. So that's the best way to do it. Okay.
We're getting exploded by our own bombs. Oh, you could have picked up with Car there, actually. Yeah. Oh, didn't get blown up for doing 3 hits on the bomb, but then...
That was almost draw territory.
Yeah, that was almost a double KO.
Yeah. So you had the right idea. You wanted Peacock to die to her own bomb. I got that. So good awareness on your own health there, but like you were cutting it close. That could have been scary.
Yeah, like so, like you gotta just like
not just do like one thing. I've seen that a lot. It's like you only try to like double jump immediately for like getting in on stuff. You like, you know, you only try to run up low as like your only real open up, or you try like full screen jumping with jump fears. So like vary up your stuff because like again, predictability is the #1 way to lose and stuff. But also like it can like limit your thinking, and then that can be annoying because then you'll feel like you don't have a lot of options available to you. That makes sense.
Game-wise, Sam G is up next. You guys, oh, you're already here? Cool. You're up against an open lobby. Does anyone want to fight? Like any mid-intermediate level player want to hop in and go ahead and play some games? If not, I'll just...
I'm a mid-level intermediate player.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I can't believe...
I will spare them from you.
Man.
You're already in the bracket, your local dunce, so ideally it's someone that didn't sign up. Otherwise, I'll just go ahead and fight them.
Man, Lightning... I'm just like fucking bagging on Lightning right now in this chat.
Damn.
Playing Fuqua and Big Van on stream because I don't know B&B very much about them, and okay, sure. Yeah, I mean Fuqua Band is a bad team.
Yeah, it's something you're gonna have to work on it pretty much always. Like it's very, very difficult. Like the best way to do is honestly just go back, watch the VOD, see what their pattern was, and see where the gaps were, and try to figure out what options you had during that. You can always get someone else's advice. Obviously, VOD reviews are a thing. But getting through Peacock zoning it's not easy. It's very tricky. All right, your local dunce. No one else seems to want to volunteer. If you want to hop in, go ahead.
Yeah, I volunteered. What is this racism?
You don't have a voice.
It's true.
Ow. Alright.
Alright. Both of these people are pretty low ping, despite apparently being on other sides of the country.
Yeah, it's pretty good. A lot of these people have really good ping. It's really nice. There was one person who played on Wi-Fi, which kind of sucked, but that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, fuck them.
As a reminder, if you are playing today, thank you for using a wired connection. If you are using a wired connection, I understand that opportunity is not available for everybody, and the stream isn't like hardcore enough to block anyone who's using Wi-Fi. But if you have the option to use Wi-Fi, please do. If you're in your own home and you do not have the option, or sorry, if you have the option to use Wi-Fi, if you have the option to use Ethernet, please do. Don't use Wi-Fi. If you're in your own home and you are using Wi-Fi because you feel like you do not have any option, please look into buying a power line adapter, which is the same thing as a wired connection. So make sure you guys are doing one of those things. That looked like a failed cross-up. I like the attempt though.
I don't know why we immediately went headless in this matchup. I think head-on's pretty good in this matchup.
I think we're still like in that area of players where they decide they want to be a headless player or not. You know?
I guess that's true.
Yeah, because like, for those guys who don't know, Fortune can be played obviously head-on or headless, but the best way to play her is actually both, not one or the other. So there's a lot to learn about her, there's a lot you have to experiment with her, and it's a lot of work. So a common trope you'll see, even at the highest level of play, is that players haven't decided which one they want to be yet, so they'll play mostly head-on or mostly headless, but they won't be able to integrate both of them seamlessly.
Most players play mostly head-on, by the way, just so you're wondering. And when we say both, again, we're talking about that modded copy of Skullgirls that we play with recurrent publishers. And what you do is you actually just, again, like Headless is like a puppet character, but this goes beyond it because you actually just, when you have the head off, you have another head on Fortune as the puppet. It's really hard to play, but you know, very rewarding if you got the execution. We just can't block high-low, it looks like. It's just, like, we don't have the execution for those blocks, it looks like.
Hey, it's tough. The back light punch or whatever is one of the harder ones to react to, as far as reacting.
Well, he's blocking high and then missing the low. He's not switching his block fast enough, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Between normals, which is like that's a basic. It's hard. It's not easy. Nothing in fighting games is actually like easy in an absolute sense. It's only like in relative terms, but that is considered a pretty basic thing in fighting games, unfortunately. So you're really like you're not gonna block anything if you can't get that down. So like I would suggest working on it because that's something you can just do in training room. You know, just set a dummy to go high low, like and then you just do it at the rhythm.
Yep. Good stuff.
You know, it can be parasol overhead low, or it can be, you know, jumping into crouch short low from any other character, you know. But it's a good skill to learn. Because that's just an execution check.
My brain just processed a game why Samji is playing Penny's team. You're playing Parasol Butchers. If you have not done so already, please at Penny in our Discord. If you do that, then she will love to give you all sorts of tech. She has been playing that team for years, and she is very good with that team. So please, feel free to do that. That same person has also made a guide. If you type !BUIDES, there's a Parasol guide by Penumbra. That is her. That is she. That is her. I don't know what's grammatically correct.
Yeah, I don't know. It's subject or object phrase. I don't know. Neither of us have English degrees, man.
Yeah, sorry. We chose to make money.
It's true. My mom has an English degree, which is funny because she has a fucking accent.
That's awesome.
She technically has two English
something
degrees.
about that.
Yeah, she technically has two English degrees because she has one from an American university and one from a Japanese one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good stuff, jumping over the Butcher's Assist. That's actually exactly what you have to do. You have to get over Butchers, and you have to respect any sort of pillar reversal. So, it's tough, because you have to give up your turn to get past Butchers, but that is the best way to stand a chance against it.
We got the max distance confirmed, but I've seen that burst happen like twice now. Do you not know a Parasol combo? Alright, we jump in light punch, you know, classic, jump in heavy punch, more classic.
Oh,
no PvG. Again, just not push blocking aggressively enough.
I dash up. Alright, we got pick up. That should be kill. No. Okay,
yeah.
You're able to
jump they had to actually do a different combo where you actually dash up on the cancel. Ooh, reset. Again, it's just like, you gotta generate more, how do you make a push block aggressive? Do it faster, generally.
Yeah.
Push blocking aggressively means you do it, like, as early as possible so that you threaten a really, really early PBGC timing.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to, like, they hit you 1, 2, 3, then you push block and hope that their pressure ends, and then they call an assist on you, and then they loop their pressure again. Especially Parasol, right? Like, that's what you see a lot from, like, lower level play. And that's not what you like to see.
Oh, is that one of the new ones? The new, like, when she's just already, like, in pieces and she puts herself together?
I think so, yeah.
That's cool.
I actually haven't seen any of the Fukuo ones, because I think you need to input, like, a button to see the new ones, and I just never see them. Yeah.
Oh, that was kind of mean. I didn't actually know what side that was going to hit. It was good.
Yeah, that's a classic. That's a classic L fiber vortex. I don't think this kills. Yeah. Hard tag? Nope. Oh yeah, didn't get the air dash, so that isn't convertible. It's got the top on.
Convert. Get 2 hits. Come on.
It's a weird combo. Oof.
It's a little weird, yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Oh yeah, we're also not blocking the high low. Yeah. I mean, I meant it for the other person, but I guess both of them can't do it.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, if you block the high, you should immediately switch, because the only other overhead they can do is back roundhouse, which is slow as fuck.
Yeah.
And again,
it should be block high, block low, block high. Because that's... Like, if you switch... If they go for the back roundhouse, then you will be blocking high again fast enough to be able to block it, even if they never went for the low. But if they're blocking low, then you can just stay down back in.
Yeah, and again, if you're like, if you're guessing on the 50-50 anyway about like low overhead, like for the light, then you want to just push block that anyway in AG. That's like, you know, that's one of those problems that has a solution.
Do people call it AG pretty universally now? Because I honestly I didn't hear people calling it AG for a while. Everyone just used the name. But there's it's Absolute Guard. That's what we're talking about.
I know, I'm talking about the Attorney General.
Attorney General?
I'm talking about the real problems that our society's facing, man. This is video game nonsense. That's not gonna work, that's armor. Damn, that picked up OTG? That's crazy. I just should be dead. You like the Eliza color? What's this Eliza color? Oh, this is a boring red color. It's whack. But yeah, like, that's one thing, like, you guys should probably, work on is just push blocking better. That's, like, the main thing. Push blocking early is, like, really, really effective, and it's, like, what you want to do in, like, 99% of situations.
It's not easy. At least, not in my
It's not easy, yeah. I mean, it's, like, the majority of the mistakes I make in games are push blocking poorly.
Yeah. It's an acquired skill. Play a lot of games, push block more. It is one of the things that you can lab out, but, like, it's not easy because you have to practice it against like any sort of approaching pressure, like any situation neutral. So like being able to be familiar, it's like, oh, this person's about to hit me and I need to be able to push block the first hit right away. That sort of awareness comes from playing the game a lot.
Yeah, it's also how you invalidate Fuku as an entire character. Had to Google PBGC. Oh yeah, that stands for Peanut Butter GameCube. It's just a relic of the early internet.
Yeah.
Alright, who we got next?
For those guys who don't know about terms, you can type !TERMS. This is one of the most unused commands we have. It's literally a Wikipedia of fighting game terms. So check that out. Next up, we do have Sleepy Snack versus Whack.
Plus, you know, we should start making up our own terms, man.
Red Witch Notation is basically making up our own terms.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Well, no, those have been made up by whoever the fuck wrote the game, wrote the names for the moves.
Yeah, probably. This team as a whole, I guess.
Yeah. Dude, I wanna, fucking... Are there any, like, fighting game terms that are, like, Skullgirls in origin?
No, because the game is just a massive love letter to Marvel 2, right? So like pretty much everything is based on something in Marvel 2. There's very few things that are unique to Skullgirls. We don't have a name, and this is not unique to Skullgirls, but we don't have a name for what I keep calling landing leg, because that's the only example I can think of from the top of my head.
Yeah, I get...
Skullgirls is a unique name for everything for copyright reasons, but they're not like... You don't use those terms. Like, you don't use the term uptake. You use alpha counter.
Yeah, like, no, not even the people who, like, made this game, I guess because we're not saying their name now, right? I don't know. Can I say the words Mike Z on stream?
Yes, you're not gonna get banned for saying Mike Z.
Yeah,
like... Made this game.
Yeah, even Mike Z, like, used the terms DHC, alpha counter, PBGC, you know, like, all that shit. Because they're, like, the reason that terminology exists and is useful is that it's universal, right? And like, so then people who have a lexicon from other fighting games can understand what the fuck you're talking about. If we all just kind of used our sequestered, like, copyrighted terms, it would be fucking impossible to understand what anyone was fucking saying.
It would just make games less accessible than they already are.
Yeah. Hell, like they call a lot of biking specials, right? They call them alpha counters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got Rabble's team versus a terrible team.
Rabble's team with Fuqua.
Yeah,
like,
oh my god,
team with Fuqua.
Oh my god, and his fucking L fucking orb. Oh my god, it's so bad. Please tell me he's running A-Train.
I want to see what this person's thinking.
Okay, it is A-Train. Yeah, I want to know what the fuck it's for. Like, what purpose is this serving?
Because if it's like cover a gap, there's no reason you wouldn't run H-Drill, right? Like, I'm not quite sure
Yeah, like, and if you need it for full screen control, you're running HA trade, right? I'm so confused. Alright, this could be dead if he wants to spend a meter, I think. Yeah, if he wants to spend a meter, this is definitely dead. But we're gonna go plus 34.
Hey, wake up. Okay.
Oh, it didn't armor that. I'm surprised he's not just trying to flex and armor through stuff. Yeah, keep it safe.
Is Painwheel the only character that can't punish that? Because I thought the entire cast could punish that, but that looked like way out of reach for Painwheel.
You can't... If you're blocking the crouch fierce, you can't punish that anyway.
Oh, okay.
It's only if they do it raw. Then I think every character can punish that, but Painwheel's is annoying.
That kills. So you're fine. Put the chair, good stuff. I thought you were actually about to put yourself out of the range of the chair. That's like the worst thing you could do. Beowulf without the chair just kind of loses the game.
Not really, man. Chero's Beowulf's strong as fuck.
I mean, like, it does damage, I guess, but, like, the thing is, if you're going to play an incoming thing, then there's a chance you're gonna lose, right? If you lose the incoming, situation. Which means you have to play neutral, and Beowulf chairless playing neutral is not fun.
With A-Train, what? That's just, like, super hard to deal with. You, like, actually can't jump at all, then. It just controls the entire sky space. That's not gonna hit, is it?
I don't know.
Oh,
I guess so.
Oh, right, that knocks down. Never mind. I should know that. I play this character.
It's Penny. Hello, Penny.
Beowulf with the chair off is, like, incredibly hard to deal with.
Hey, Penny, what do you think about Beowulf that's chairless with A-Train assist? Game is alright.
Dude, like, that team's, like, impossible to deal with, because, like, they literally can just... as long as they have the reaction times to react to the armor hit, so that, like, because then even multi-hits on the first hit, you just airwolf.
The thing is, like, if you jump the sweep, right, and just neutral jump it, the A-Train will not hit you full screen. It won't work. It's got hacking control, but you can just die.
But you shouldn't be sweeping then. Like, sweep's like the last move you should be doing with the chair off. Okay. It's like crouch fierce all day.
You still just crouch but it's a thing. Okay. I'll take your word for it then. I've been defeated.
Yeah. It's like... It's in certain matchups you just want to be chairless.
You don't want them to be called HA train? Why L train, M train, and H train? I mean, some people call it that, but like, why?
Yeah. I mean, are we just not going to respect the jazz greats?
Yeah, just gonna be
also, by the way,
it's a reference.
Flavor. Yeah, it's a reference to a fucking very classic jazz standard. By the way, Flavor of the Week is by American Hi-Fi, not the A-Train, not the Offspring. I almost said the A-Train.
Alright, I think you meant to call A-Train assist there. I don't know what Fireball would have done in that situation.
I don't know what Fireball would have done in any situation. I feel like, why is this an assist people are using?
Well, L Fireball is the one that bounces on the ground, right? Like, you can use that on not this team and kind of get it to work.
I guess.
Like with Peacock.
Yeah, I guess, but worse.
Yeah. Okay. Go.
It seems like this whack guy has, like, just way better combos. Like, he's getting the taunt consistently. He's, like, actually, like, set playing also with the EX press. Are we gonna get Beowulf out, I wonder? Are we gonna hard tag? No, just gonna keep. Okay. No, that was super. He took the time to dash back and then hard tag. Yeah, that was super punishable. But Snack, like, just wasn't ready and didn't get a real combo off of it. Alright.
Okay,
I fucked with this Snack. See?
I mean, Crouch Fierce only hits twice. Painwheel was in the air. If they it would have been fine.
It has armor, right? So it's just completely safe because you have the supers to get out. And even if they do a multi-hit, you can cancel into super. So, like, you actually can't, like, challenge it. It's, like, incredibly safe. It's just such a bull. Like, that's the main thing. Like, if Beowulf is to get nerfed, like, with all the, like, hype things, also he needs to, like, the super cancel window for these, for his armor moves needs to be, like, made way smaller. Because it's giant, because they're normals, not specials, is the reason that the window's so fucking big. But it's crazy, because, like, you can literally just, like, you can never punish them reliably, because they can always be, like, just buffering a super. basic B&B, but this will probably kill. Oh, didn't get this level 5 or level 3, but level 3 would have killed also. But also, he didn't do drill super, which would have given him more time to do either input. Grab an SSJ, learn a combo, bro. Yeah, like damn, a lot of people are like signing up for intermediate and like actually can't do B&Bs, huh?
I mean, grab conversions don't really fall under B&B, but you could have just kind of pressed any button and converted.
Yeah.
Just use HB extend. In the worst case scenario, you could have used HB extend to get after a grab and then just kind of done the OTG list route. Half busy, but it's still sending.
Yeah, I mean you can do like M step too and get like a slightly like more damaging combo, but that's a free ass conversion, right? Because you mash it and it puts them right next to you, like you're just doing super. Like I don't know.
You need to learn the OTG list route. I mean, if you know a mid-screen B&B, you know the OTG list route.
Yeah. Wait, wasn't that 3? Oh, that's 2.
That's 2.
Okay. And this stage is like, again, the color just like doesn't match.
Yeah, it's very. I know a lot of people like the aesthetic of this stage, and I get it. I guess.
I think it's a decent idea, but the color just doesn't match. Oh, we didn't cancel the Airwolf. Okay. Yeah, could have kept that safe. It would have been awkward, but he definitely could have kept it safe. Canceled too early. Okay, not super canceling. What's going on here? You're trying to like scare him with like mental frame advantage? Do stagger pressure.
If people are from beginner are still around, that's exactly what I meant by you want to stop pressure after a medium. Because you stopped after a medium, and then your opponent had to respect it still, because they could go into a heavy and frame trap, but they just went into another low, and their opponent got hit. They got opened up.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, it went for an air grab read. Didn't work out. This is such a weird... I've seen multiple panels doing this route now. This can't be doing that much damage, right? Like, who does that?
I think the route is to squeeze in most damage before using the Volume on Disney, because that was a fully unskilled level 3. Not that it matters for level 3, but if it was SSJ, that would be fine.
I guess so. It's just weird to me. Like, I feel like you could have done more damage with the multiple viewer route.
Okay, now you lost the corner, now you have to play full screen against Fuka.
Yes, it's like you gotta know how to do a big band combo. Like otherwise, you're just like having to play neutral like multiple times.
And so it could be that it's just learning big band and they added it onto the team. I'm not going to deny that possibility, because they did have a painful route that is actively being used. So
I guess who catches the jump?
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's safe to say that your weakest link is the big band. Like, I think that is something that you probably need to work on the most. I don't know if they're new or not, but like that's what you need to work on.
Yeah, because like there's no reason you should be supering like at these times. Like you usually don't want to do supers for damage. Like you only if they're gonna kill. I don't think this will kill either. Yeah, see if you had saved your meter at any point right now, Ban would have been dead like 30 seconds ago.
Obviously, Snack is still in a good position. Like, they're pretty much set up to win. Like, Whack was kind of stuck, and they were on 5 meter, like, looking for an opportunity to get in. But, like, you had... Like, Whack had a few opportunities to use meter that they didn't do, which is a problem. And Sleepy Snack relied on meter to get any sort of damage in at all, which made them meter starved, which means they could have killed with many, many fewer touches. So, kind of something to work on both sides in terms of meter management. Especially when you're big band. Like, just... Throwing out an SSJ adds another like 900 to 1,000 damage at the end of any combo. It does give up corner though, so if you have corner, you don't want to give that up necessarily. But it is a really nice way to pad on some damage. Anytime they call an assist, use level 3, like it's fine. Sleepy Snack was not really being super defensive in any way, so there were plenty of opportunities to use that meter to like close that gap significantly. Something to look out for. Got a lot of my combos, and I'm picking up band. Yeah, that's what I thought. Nervous on stream, but you do know combos. Yeah, I get that. Just practice them. Like, learn to be consistent with them. When we say like learn a B&B, we're not saying like, oh, you have no idea what you're doing. It means that you need to be consistent with your combos, whether you know them or not. And if you were nervous on stream, I mean, then I'm glad you got on the stream, because the only way to get past that is to just be on stream more and more often. So good stuff. You leave after 3, that is correct. Good work. So next up should be Doc versus...
another Beowulf. We're in the Beowulf section of the bracket.
Yeah, migrated from the double section.
Yeah, seriously.
Alright, so let me know if the connection's a little bit awkward here, because this is NA to EU. I know the other EU connection went pretty okay. Like, it was Leela versus Just. I don't know if they had rollback issues, but I think they were fine.
Yeah,
first yellow ping I've seen today, I think.
No, I think one of the other EU people had yellow. Oh, maybe not for you, though.
Yeah, no, not for me. There you go, stream fucks you up. Yeah, it's tough. Like, it's just one of the... Being good at a game, and then being good on stream in a game, or being good in bracket in a game, these are 3, like, completely separate skills that you have to get from doing different things. You have to be on stream more, you have to play more in tournaments, and you have to play the game more. All 3 of which are extremely important.
Oh my god. Yeah. Lenny's unfair. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, so this is the thing, everyone's like, oh yeah, you do Grit into snipe, but that really only works right if the pinwheel's just like asleep. Grit's good because then the forward-facing projectiles don't hit you, and then you can wait till the items drop, and then you can move forward for free. But yeah,
you have to wait till the item drops on cooldown before you can even start considering that.
Yeah, so like, but then yeah, just doing Grit into snipe's just a good way to like turn your brain off and lose.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta go forward.
But also, we're not thinking we're going for reversals, and
that situation actually worked, even though I don't think item drop was on cooldown in that situation. It just happened to work. Like,
that's why you got hit afterwards.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't always have to snipe, right? Like you can just do the Grit to get space and try and move forward, like, and actually play the game.
Yeah. Ursula is one of the best ground dashes in the game. Like, block dashing with her is still a thing. It's very, very effective for her. I don't understand how Adrian's hitbox works. That's so weird.
Yeah, she got really lucky she dead zoned that. I was just about to say. Yeah, Adrian's like super hard to use in neutral. Like, it's just a matter of learning. Like, it's good in neutral. You just have to learn how to use it. It's like a problem I have, or something I have like issue with too when I use Train. Mainly because I never practice with it.
Get rid of that red health. Good stuff. Get a free incoming setup. I think that was a good idea.
I feel like he could have killed though with that combo though.
They were in a situation. Well, I mean.
Oh wait, no, he didn't taunt after the A-Train. That was.
It is also 3v1. Like, it's like.
But he would have had 2 meter if he taunt. So if he did taunt combo into DHC, that would have killed for sure.
Oh, okay.
But he didn't have taunt.
Should you sign up for beginner next time? Absolutely not. No, I think you were more than good enough for intermediate. Sleepy Snack. You just needed. It's just your big ban was the only thing holding you back. You were doing fine otherwise. Just work on your ban and sign up for intermediate next week, and you're fine.
Yeah. Who's that one crazy ass person that was in this Discord for a little bit?
There's a lot of those.
Oh, hold on. I might be gone for the rest of the stream. I have a phone call.
No problem. Doesn't double do something unblockable? No. The only, well, I mean, Saria Daisy Pusher is it's a grab, so naturally it's unblockable. There were a couple of true unblockable setups in this game, but they have been removed. There was a Squiggly double one, or not, sorry, Squiggly Robo one, a Squiggly A-Train one, and there is one for Beowulf Squiggly that I made for Rabble, but it's not viable, like, because it requires you to have Saria center stage assist, and you can only do that once, right? Like, if you build a charge and then tag out to Beowulf, then you can do it once and then that's it. It's like not really practical in any way, shape, or form. Squiggly A-Train and Squiggly Robo were the good ones. The Squiggly Robo one has been removed. The Squiggly A-Train one pseudo exists, but not really. Like it's like the original unblockable setup that made it very, very good was no longer there. But there's still a way to do it. Intermediate is a very wide range because A lot of it comes down to as soon as people start feeling familiar with Skullgirls, they sign up for intermediate, and whether they should or should not. Like, you should have a 240 Endizzy combo relatively consistent by the time you join. But by that logic, I wouldn't even belong in intermediate, right? So at some point, like, it's kind of hard to gauge because obviously some combos are harder than others. So it's one of those things you have to feel out. The line is not white and black. We just try to say it's like have a 240 Endizzy combo that you can do most of the time, and then you're fine. The other thing for intermediate is that we don't have an advanced bracket. While we have the ability to support an advanced bracket, we don't feel comfortable saying that anyone belongs in advanced, really. And I'm not saying that you all suck, but it's just kind of... It's so hard to say where it's like, okay, you're untouchable, and you're signing up for GG8. I guess you belong to the advanced bracket. You have an opponent once a year, and you, that's it. That's all I got for you. You know what I mean? Like, you can't... You're all trash. No, you're not all trash. You guys... Some of you guys are really, really good. I can't even beat everyone in intermediate. Like, I mean, I say that like as that's an impressive thing. It's not too difficult to beat me. I just watch the game these days. But it's one of those things where it's like the advanced bracket has so few players, it makes no sense to put them in there. And it also is purposeless. We wouldn't be able to tell you much if you're an advanced level player. There's very, very little advice we can give. It would just be commentary, in which case just sign up for the tournament, right? Get Gr8 goes live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. You said you're not going to do well. You might be in a bad limbo between intermediate. Don't worry about it. Don't think too hard about how you're going to play or how you're going to perform. Don't think too hard about you're too good or too bad on stream or whatever. Just play the game. Your goal is to play as naturally as possible, and then eventually you'll be able to play on stream the same way you would play as naturally as possible. Take it easy. Embrace it neutral. Horrible idea. Don't do that. I mean, you were mid-screen away, and I did say against Peacock you can do that, so I'm not going to say it was the worst idea ever, but round start that you have way better options. Nice blocks. Oh, nice chicken block, but then you re-jumped. Unfortunate. Block. Okay. Oh, okay, cool. We got these rounds. First there. Zoning is beyond brutal in this game. Like, zoning is... I don't want to say it's the name of the game. It's not like everyone should play Peacock. But, Peacock is very, very good at this game. Dealing with it is infuriating, is what I'm trying to say. There are a lot of like subtle mechanics in the game, like how meter gain works and things like that, that make Peacock very, very difficult to deal with. Very simple example is you build meter whenever you throw out specials on whiff or hit or whatever, it doesn't matter. And you build counter meter when you're at 0 meter. So Peacock can also meter dump on a moment's notice, and all her supers synergize. So what you do is you plop out a Lenny, throw out a level 1, and all suddenly you burn 2 meter, you're back at 0 meter, now you throw out specials, and you build Kara meter with every button you press, right? So now you're building Kara meter, and you're also building the meter for throwing all these specials, and you have a Lenny out there, and you have projectiles out there, and you're not unsafe because you're full screen. So all of these things like tie into each other and end up making Peacock's pressure near impossible to deal with. It is not impossible. It is... Peacock's very beatable. Like, there are plenty... You can count on one hand how many times a Peacock player has won a major. She's tough to play. It's tough to deal with her, but it's not undoable. It is definitely doable. Variance versus your local dunce. Let's go. That is not true, Lab Tech. Peacock's close-up grounded buttons are amazing. Corsica forward medium punch move. It sets your opponent full screen again. It's grab vulnerable and pushes your opponent far enough away that they can't really grab you out of it. So there's only one way to really beat it, that's like up forward against it. So it's tough. So that's a very good reversal. On top of that, she has one of the best anti-airs in the game in as crouching light kick. Crouching light kick is not a low, which is definitely a downside to playing her. Like, you don't have a light that's a low. And she's the only character I think like that. That being said, it is one of the best anti-airs in the game, and it's absolutely amazing. Alright, so let me see what I can say about this. Alright. Yeah, it's tough to convert. You just kind of have to commit to the 5-frame jab. It's plus. It's our whatever. I think it's plus. I think both after the second hit, it's plus. Not positive. It's a 5-frame jab. Might as well press both buttons at the same time. You don't need to stagger it. There's no value in it. I think it's like plus 3. I don't actually remember. Nice. Oh, okay. Not what I expected. That was interesting. Yeah, Pillar's the thing. That's why a lot of frame trap pressure like that, that's what it's vulnerable to, Pillar. But you couldn't really get anything off of that because your local dunce didn't get anything off of that because, you know, you obviously meter. So it's a smart decision to meter Pillar there, but like in that situation we'll probably want to dash back and like set up some sort of like zoning pressure until you can build up a meter. Because you kinda I'm not king of this matchup, like I don't know these characters specifically very, very well. Like Fortune and Parasol are some of my weaker characters. That being said, like, I do think that this matchup is tough if you do not have a meter to expulge. Or have a safety HC. Safety HC is more important. And you definitely don't have a safety HC. You have a safety HC from Fortune into Parasol, which is nice. Trio privilege, I guess. Have another DHC and safe. Push blocks, he's good. That is unfortunate. I wish Penny was still here because she can tell you a lot more about how this matchup works. It's very, very. It's one of the more complex matchups in the game, in my opinion. It's very weird.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Tell me about the Parasol Fortune matchup.
Fortune favored, but she does have to get it first. But yeah, conventional wisdom is that is Parasol's one of Parasol's worst matchups. But it actually isn't super bad until Fortune actually gets into that advantage state. It's pretty easy for her to get into that advantage state. Because like Parasol, it's one of the matches that Parasol actually has to make like pretty hard commitments into, where normally Parasol can play pretty safe. And like, you know, keeping out or keeping the mid-range. But in this one, she kind of has to like go for, you know, crouch medium punch, stand fierce, you know, jump back jab. And any one of those, if it's like the wrong guess, then Fortune kind of gets in, and then you're in like pretty big trouble because then you're guessing on a pillar timing to get out of it, really. Because Fortune has pressure that's pretty good against push blocking, especially with an assist, and Fortune usually has an assist because she's usually point.
Yeah, it's pretty in line with what I was saying, so that's good.
Yeah. And again, damage is always in Fortune's favor, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And we know Fortune favors the bold. And I call it bold and brash. Dude, that was like a quadruple pun chain right there.
That was very impressive.
Yeah, dude. I go in. Ooh, happy boo boo. Oh, never mind. Yeah, you gotta know a specific happy birthday combo.
That was something.
I haven't seen that one in a long time. Ooh, moves the head too during it. Good shit. Oh, that sucks. Man, he had that. He knew what he was doing there. And then it just didn't work because he wasn't fully in the corner. Or he didn't need it to micro dash. Either way.
What do we got?
Yeah, I'm not sure which tier color is whose, so.
That's a good point.
But I think I know now.
Yeah. I don't want to give advice. This one's all you. I don't know anything about Fortune or Parasol.
Like, it's weird that they're kind of both playing headless, because, like, I would assume you want to play head-on in a Fortune vs. Fortune matchup, because you want to rush down harder. But now that he's in the corner with it, obviously he's, like, in a super good position. Plus with Tyr, oh my god, that's so much pressure. Yeah. And yeah, the Tyr kind of fucked up a lot of his damage. He had to look for a cat scratch timing, because you lose strike and vulnerability on Viper when your head's off. Okay, standard blocking. Okay. Doing reversal snipe and not reversal pillar or bikes. There we go. That's what we want. But this is like a million resets. We fucked up. And we're afraid of... Okay, this is one thing people need to remember. And it's kind of exemplary here because there's also Parasol. Things which have long startups, the hitbox isn't there to begin with, so you don't gotta be scared of it. Like he just let all of what's it called? Pinion dashes, heavy pinion dashes startup or medium pinion dashes startup, just go there, just uninterrupted, right? The Parasol wasn't doing anything, and he just let the whole like weak point of that startup is weak point of that assist is its slow startup, and he just like made that like he's like, well, I'm just gonna not do anything because the Parasol could do something, right? And the same thing with Tears. Like Tears are on top of you, and then people don't move. It's like they don't detonate for free. Like if they're gonna detonate instantly, the Parasol has to commit to taking an action. You know what I mean? Like if the Parasol's jumping around and there's Tears on top of you, you're allowed to move.
Yeah.
And it's like that thing. Otherwise, again, you just get scared and you just die, right? Because like the whole point of them not having instant startup, you're just like you're just removing that weakness from them by not doing anything.
Mm-hmm. I know IADs are hard, but IADs are not hard in Skullgirls compared to other games.
Oh my god, they're so easy in Skullgirls.
Yeah, in Skullgirls, it's so easy to get perfect air dash, where you press up forward, and as long as you press light punch and medium punch at the same time, like after frame 4, like you're pretty much fine. You can't press it right away.
And the same time doesn't mean frame perfectly either. Like
yeah, it's like very generous.
It's not like Tekken.
On the ground, you have to press. On the ground, you have to press both buttons at the same time.
Yeah, that. But then that's not an IAD if you're on the ground.
Right. I mean, like, I'm just dashing in general with the buttons. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, we fucked up the incoming. That sucked. That would have been a decent incoming. Headless incoming is annoying as fuck. I mean, headless corner pressure in general is annoying as fuck. Good dash, low profile is a tier assist.
Is there a way to get the head back on? Absolutely. I don't know the input for it. I think it's like quarter circle back, heavy punch.
Quarter circle back and punch.
Yeah. Any.
Also
heavy
level
punch
3
controls the head basically. Like any sort of special with the heavy punch will also control.
Well, it doesn't have to be heavy punch. You can do any punch with quarter circle back, and it's
really
recall. Yeah.
I didn't even know that. All right.
Yeah. Well. I know that because I do it with medium punch. Ooh, we thought he was gonna press something, but we kept it safe. I like it. Yeah, it's just annoying to deal with. But also we're not like threatening any PBGCs on variance side, so.
Oh, double low, dagger.
Head blew up the tier. Yeah, the bike guy doesn't hit the head, so it's not super useful. Oh, yeah, that's punishable because again, head absorbs all that shit.
Wow, that converted. Nice.
Yeah. He actually doesn't seem to know how to deal with any of the head off stuff, so I guess it's working out. Because in a lot of these matchups, I would say you'd prefer head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Yeah. So that's all the games, right?
That should be all of them. Ranking in chat, you're not wasting our time. Don't worry about it. Like, improve at your own pace. Like, everyone has, like... And also, sometimes people just have a time where it's, like, they're just trying to have fun for a little bit before they, like, get back into improving. You're not wasting our time. The thing that would be considered wasting our time, and we have had one person like this 3 years ago, is if you get on and the only thing you try to do is try to play songs. And absolutely nothing else. Don't do that. That's wasting our time, because you don't even care about playing the game. As long as you are playing the game and you're trying to absorb some information or another, you're fine. That's fine.
I mean, we've had people troll on stream before, too, like, multiple times.
Yeah, I mean, but there's usually, like, mild trolling, like, they'll play the game mostly, and then they'll, like, the last third of the game, they'll, like, fuck around, and it's like, alright, fine, come on, whatever. But there very rarely have we had people that just outright don't have any intention of playing the game. That's the downside. Like, that's when it sucks, when people just don't want to play the game. You don't want to even play Big Band for the song. What is the thing you always say, Kenji? Where it's like, if you're a Big Band player and you want to get good, you either know no song or can play a song very well, like a very good song.
No, its songs are either for total noobs or complete monsters.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it is.
And as such, I play no songs. But I used to. See how that works?
The growth, character development.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me play a song for you, something like that.
Yeah, a couple bands do that now. That used to be a rarer occurrence. Like, there used to be one guy that did it, now, like, fucking everyone and their fucking mom does it, and it's, like, not that funny or original anymore.
It's not original. I mean, the first time it happened to me, I thought it was hilarious. And it's still charming when it happens, but, like, it's not going to be something I rematch, unless they're planning to play a game the second time. Maybe I'll rematch it once just to see if they actually want to play. But, like, it is fun to run into. Quick match adventures, you run into all sorts of funny people. Stagger pressure is only good if you convert off of it. Well, yeah. Any pressure is only good if you get some damage off of it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I like how, like, the number one thing now, if you, like, just shift tab, like, while you're in Skullgirls, is just how to play Megalovania as Big Band.
Wait, is it really? Hold on a second.
Yeah, just shift tab real quick and, like, look at it.
Where's how to play? That's great.
Yeah, it's like Steam guides are just a cesspool.
Steam, I think the vast majority, if not all of our copy pastas in Skullgirls have come from Steam, right? Like just Steam culture in general, Steam forums or Steam guides or whatever.
610 hasn't.
Where did 610 even? 610 came from
Brazil.
Yeah, because like 6 is...
That's a Twitch chat meme, though.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Shade, which I guess we're not allowed to say anymore. Like, that's not from Steam, either.
Is that actually... Like, I always thought it was because, like, he probably got happy birthday at some point, and then everyone just started saying happy birthday to him. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know Shade, so, like, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Trying to think of all the other ones. Like, obviously the best copy pasta comes from that crazy dude who, like, made a Russian leaderboard to say he was the best in the world at the game or something.
Is that the Missing No one? Because the Missing No one's my favorite.
Yeah, the Missing No one. That guy, like, he had his own, like, Skullgirls leaderboards that, like, said him and Outlaw Spike were, like, the best players at the game or something.
Heading out, thanks for the stream. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Actually, we'll go ahead and wrap up the stream right now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. If you liked what you saw here today and are going to be practicing and you want to apply the skills that you are practicing, then tune in to our Wednesday weekly tournament. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, etc., etc. But if you're just here for the lessons, do not fret. We do go live every Wednesday. Also every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, etc. So yeah, check us out. Join us. Hang in there. Signups will be going up soon. VOD will be going up soon. So... have a wonderful day. I was the Crank Machine, and thank you so much, Kenji, for helping me out with your big brain wisdom.
Big brain, big chungus, yeah.
Loki, thank you for not telling me just to play team. Yeah, no, I mean, I know some people do that. I know some people tell you it's like, oh, you have to play this other assist or whatever. Like, I don't get it. Like, to me, it's just like, if you want to play a team and you don't mind the difficulties that comes with it, then go ahead. Like, I'm not going to tell you to switch off a fireball assist for whoever that was. But I will say that there are assists that are better.
Yeah, if you're going to complain, like, why aren't I winning? And then, like, it's like, well, it's probably because you play solo. Like, then we'll get to, that's, like, a different point. Yeah. But, yeah.
Like, I think you worded it very eloquently, like, before, where it's like, if you are complaining that you're not winning and you wonder why, looking at your assists is a good place to start, and then like looking at characters or whatever, like you can go from there.
I mean that's me, right? I'm just like not playing. I'm playing characters that I don't fit in with as well because like I think they're just better, right? Like because if you care about winning, that's like what you do. But again, if you just want to play the game and you want to have the most fun as possible, then play what you find the most fun. But if winning, if you lose enough that it becomes less fun, then you have to cross that bridge then. That's all I'm saying. Like,
all right, I'm gonna head out. Talk to you guys later. Peace.